how much should I meditate? What time of day should I meditate? Where should I meditate? Can I meditate throughout the day? How do I find time?
To start with, I think it's good to set an amount of time that you feel is workable, that inspires you to do it, that's not going to feel too daunting to begin with. And so people could really choose almost any amount of time. It could be 20 minutes or half an hour. The important thing, I think, is the regularity of it. So to pick a time, an amount of time that you really feel you can commit to doing every day. So it's the everydayness that is going to build the practice. Over time, people may find that they get comfortable with that amount of time, and they may feel even in inner urge, well, what would it be like to extend it for 10 minutes or extend it for 15 minutes? So there's not any absolute number, that we need to work with. I think it's starting with what feels doable and actually inspires one to do it, and then to gradually expand the time as one feels. At a certain point, with people who have really developed a strong practice, sitting an hour a day would be great. Some people sit 2 hours a day. So there's no upper limit to it.
Does it really matter where you meditate? I mean, I meditate in the back of taxi cabs and airplanes, in my bedroom while the kid's freaking out, in my office. I meditate where I can, when I can.
Yes, I think that's really helpful, because really, what does meditation mean? It means being mindful, being aware.
Paying attention.
Exactly. So why should one limit one's practice of awareness to a particular place? I mean, that doesn't make sense. However, in terms of establishing a regular meditation practice and doing it at a particular time in the day where that regularity can be reinforced. For example, some people find getting up early enough in the morning to do it first thing, even if it's for 15 minutes or half an hour, we get into the habit of it. And so the mind's not thinking, oh, do I have time today? When am I going to squeeze it in? We've just established a habit of practice. So in that regard, doing it for a set period of time and having a particular place, whether or not you create, a special environment, but doing the same place, same time every day reinforces the habit. That being said, it shouldn't be limited to that. And if for some reason one misses that particular time and place, it certainly would be worthwhile then finding some other space and time to do the practice in the day.
But in terms of creating the habit, you think it's actually helpful to have a set time when you do it and a set place when you do it?
I do think it's helpful, because most of us are leading really busy lives, a lot of pressures, a lot of things to do. And if we don't have a set time to do it, it's very easy for this to be squeezed out in just the demands of our lives. Other things are calling us. Whereas if we give this particular time, however long it might be, a priority, we know, okay, this is the time I'm going to do this, then it's less likely that we'll just squeeze it out because of other things we're doing.
And can you do it throughout the day?
What's particularly helpful and useful is using mindfulness of the body and walking, and being aware as we're walking meditation, not in any necessarily formalistic way, of which, there is a walking practice, which we'll talk about at some point, but simply to be walking and feel ourselves walking, feeling the movement of the legs and our feet touching the ground, something very, very simple. That every time we're moving, we're going from one room to another, walking down the street, we can be meditating, we can
Instead
be mindful.
Instead of checking your phone.
Exactly. I mean, it really is extremely helpful to re-engage us with our actual experience rather than being lost in this tech-created world all the time.